Welcome to icingimages.com. Today I'm going to show you a few features on iPrint and iDesigns. They're two unique programs that you will find absolutely wonderful for helping decorate. First, I'm going to go ahead over to the iPrint button over here. This is where we actually have it for sale. It actually tells you some of the features and things that you can do. You can scroll down and see some amazing things that are just fun. I'm just going to hit on a couple of them for you. iDesigns is the same way. There's the home page on it. Check it out. There's some really fun things you can do. iDesigns is an amazing program, and we'll talk about more about that later. Alright, so I'm going to click over here on iPrint. Now, just so you know, you have to be a customer of our company and have purchased our icing sheets within the last year in order to use this program for free. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. Alright, so now first thing I got to do is select my image files that I would like to bring up. I'm going to bring up 3 different pictures right now. First, I'm going to bring up a picture of a little girl, my daughter, and she's going to come up right there. You can actually upload up to 5 different pictures, and there's my son. There you go. So you actually can upload up to 5 if you need them. Only choose what you need. And this is a picture of my daughter actually grown up and her volleyball team. Now, first what I want to do is show you the basics that the iPrint program, the free iPrint program, can do. I'm going to select my icing sheet. It allows you to choose from all the different icing sheets that you have available at Icing Images. There's also another program I'm going to talk briefly about later. It's called a template designer, and that will show you all your the templates that you can create. They are personalized templates, something that you would format specifically for yourself. They show up right here as well. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and pick my small sheet. I'm going to size this. I can adjust this. I can also change the size and zoom in. I can also shrink the image within there as well, should I choose to. And I'm just going to bring her down, I'm going to just leave it like that. I click over here, boom, there she is. It's that simple. I can then from there rotate the picture should I want to. I can shrink it. If I want to just turn it at a right angle, I just hit that button and it allows you to flip her around just a little bit. I'm going to bring her all the way back up to the size that I want, and then I'm going to come up here where we have different options available. I'm going to jump right over to the text right here. I'm going to type in the text that I'd like to. I'm going to write in happy birthday. Now you can actually write as many words as you like up here, but there you'll see there's a 1 and a 2 here. The 1 basically is for your first line of font that will move separately from a second line of text there should you choose to do it. You click and you get your different font choices. Let's go ahead and pick this one right here. You can change your text color. You see how it's appearing down here. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the font. I'm going to go ahead with a pale pink. Let's see how that looks on there. You just double click right on it and it brings it up in the color that you choose. I can move this font around anywhere I want. I can also change the text size, increase or decrease. I can actually rotate it as well. Again, right angle or left angle. I can just turn it just like that. I'm going to go ahead and bring this down a little bit. I'm going to move her right on over here, and then I'm going to type in my second text and show you another feature that we have. Let's go ahead. We're going to pick a different color just because we can. Double click on it, boom, there it comes. Now you'll see there's a shadow right here. Down here I want to use a shadow to really make this stand out since there's so many colors in the background. So I can increase the depth of that shadow all the way up to a 10 should I choose to. You see how that appeared down here. I'm actually going to choose the shadow type I want. You can have no shadow at all. You see no shadow. You can have a typical shadow where it kind of offsets it again to the right side and down. Or I can actually outline it. And I don't like this font outlined. I don't think it looks good. So we're just going to go with that one. Maybe I'll switch the font around a little bit. You can just kind of do almost anything you want. See, that font looks a little better outlined. But I'm going to decrease that depth a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and decrease the size. I'm going to bring it right up here. I'm going to rotate it this way. Whee! There we go. And there I have a nice little design. Now another option that we have are these frames which we can add. You can see all the different frames that we have just by using that slide bar, or you can view all, select the frame you want. I'm going to do this cowboy rope here, or it's actually more of a braid. Now you see how I need to move that happy birthday. I'm going to shrink it down again. Just by clicking on it, it allows you to change that any way you want. Now at this point, if I wanted to select the area size a little bigger, you see how I just scooted that up a little bit to get the top of that picture. That allowed me some more space here where I have the happy birthday. And there we have it. And then I would go ahead and follow the instructions to print. One little tip here, there is a complete instruction program that you have to follow through on to set everything up. There's 2 parts to the instructions, so we've advised very strongly that you follow through step by step. If you skip a step, it will not work. So make sure that you follow the directions carefully. If you need any tutorials or any questions, here's the tutorial, here's your setup, and then there's some other things up here that we're not going to talk about quite yet. Alright, so then I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to clear this out. I would print this picture using the Icing Images printer and the Icing Images gold ink and Genesis ink. And now I'm going to go ahead and clear out this text. There we go. Alright, next feature I want to show you. I'm going back over to the main page. Let me just clear this text out too, right here, line 2 I did not clear, or line 1, I'm sorry. There we go. Alright, this is a unique feature of the Icing Images program, the iPrint program. I'm going to select this picture over here. Now you see how this is a landscape picture, and our picture with the working area is actually a vertical picture. I obviously want to get this whole picture in, and if I shrink the image, you'll notice it doesn't quite proportionally work. So that's all I actually have to do is just click on this and I rotate the picture and I can shrink it down to fit. Now because proportionally 8.5 by 11 doesn't work with a landscape picture, you can see there's an area here that's not going to print. That's okay. That yellowish orange area right here, that will not print. It'll appear white on the icing sheet. So I'm going to go ahead and shrink this down, move it just a little bit just to get everybody in. Alright, so there I go ahead and I would have my picture printed. One nice thing real quick that Icing Images offers, we do have legal sheets that print with all of our printers, and that actually fits a landscape really nice. So we're going to use that just for show. I can add the frames if I choose to. I can also add some tints and effects. There's lightening, darkening, grayscale, age, negative, and then you can also sketch the image. Sorry. You can have it appear aged if you want to as well. Let me just show you that effect. It's kind of cool. Isn't that cool the way it actually changes the period of time when you're looking at it? Grayscale is also a popular one that people choose as well. So you can just play around with it to see what you want, and you can just undo it if it's something that you don't want, and you're back to normal. Alright, so let's say I went ahead and printed this out, and this is just for a team party. Usually at team parties you have a lot of people, so you go ahead and you print this out, and you put it on your cake and decorate it very nicely, and surprise, surprise, people actually love it. Now, let's say we have a large amount, and we want to do some cupcakes. So I'm going to go ahead over to the 2.5-inch circles. Those are very popular. And there's a few things that I can do here. I can zone in on just a few people, or zoom in, not necessarily zoom. Zone, I'm messing up those words. And I can click, and I can actually apply all should I choose to. But then I can also go up here, click that one, pick these girls right over here. I can also, let's say this is for a birthday party, jump over to here and embarrass my daughter by having her on one of these cupcakes. So if I had up to 5 different images, I can actually take 5 different parts and bring them right on in. There we go. Now, let me show you something else. I didn't show you the shapes and mats before. This is kind of neat. You're going to see, if I use the slide bar over here, how many different mats we have. I have a few favorites of my own. This one right over here is one of my favorites. Now I'm going to jump right back over to this picture because it's easy to show this on. Alright, and I'm going to shrink this image right down inside of there, move around just a little bit. Now, if you notice, do you see this dotted circle here? That's actually the area of the icing sheet that you are printing on. The grayed area doesn't print anything at all, so that actually remains white. So what you see when you print out the picture is just that flowery area that I just brought over on the mat. The rest of the area does not print, but there still is icing sheet there. Another cool feature is I can actually soften the edges. Let me go back over here and put this in right here. Now you look at these edges here. If I hit soften, look closely at the edges. I hit soften and it actually blurs those edges and makes them a little softer looking. It's just a nice effect, should you choose that. So I can add some text should I want to. Let's capitalize that C and let's make it white. Let's hit the apply and there it appears. Oh, right here I can position the text anywhere I want. I can bring it up should I choose to. See how it looks on everything, or put it right in the middle. It just depends on what I want to do. I can still rotate it. I can still change the color. I can do just about everything I did before. There it's appearing red. I can do a white shadow. I can change the font. All the same features that we had before. And there you have it. And then I would go ahead and print those out, and I'd have some amazing designs to go on those cupcakes. Alright, so we also have a program called Template Designer, and Template Designer I'm just going to briefly talk about. This is great for people to purchase when they are not using the icing images, icing sheets. Shame on them. But it is a program that allows them to print on any icing sheet. This program also allows you to set up any picture that you want to print on your icing sheet that wasn't in one of the pre-cut circles. So we made a Texas flag once and we had to make it a certain size, and that allowed us to create this specific size we want and actually print them 10 up. Now we can change, we can add new templates anytime we want. We just follow the directions. We would add the pictures and we would print them out. Alright, so in this area what I would do is I would go ahead and add a new template. If I wanted to use the templates I would want already created, as I said before, they all appear down here. You'll see how it says congratulations already, so if I chose that picture, let's change the checks over to Happy Father's Day. And I apply my text. Again, I can move this text, change the size, rotate it as well in any direction I wanted. This is my area that I'm working with the text. So bring them down here, whatever I wanted. It does move only as a group. I can also do the shapes of mats. They kind of look funny on this one, but you can see how it can be done. Same features do apply, and then I would go ahead and print it out. For these, you would cut these by hand unless you had a cookie cutter that would work with that. A lot of people like to use these with chocolate molds. If you're using the chocolate, you make sure you lay these upside down in the chocolate mold and then put the tempered chocolate on top. Alright, now to the good stuff. Let's run on over to iDesigns. iDesigns is a very unique program. Basically what it is a collection of over 1,600 different images that are licensed for edible use. Oftentimes if you go online and grab an image, they're going to be copywritten, and so you really need to be careful about respecting people's copyrights and not stealing those images. If you buy scrapbook paper, most of those are copywritten designs. So we actually made a collection specifically for our decorators that they could use and not have to worry about that. Not have to worry about violating a copyright or someone come banging on your door. They are actually categorized in many different ways by colors, flowers and plants, holiday seasons, living things, prominent decorators. So we chose some of the leading decorators in the industry, and they actually keep their own file of the patterns that they like or they selected for this program. They actually help in choosing these designs, and it's kind of neat to see the different variations they have. Patterns and textures, kids, shapes, others designs, things like words or international, sports and camos. Steampunk is very popular. We also have what's called a full sheet background. I want to show you this real quick because a lot of our customers don't even know about this. It's really an easy way to decorate a cake for a sports theme. When you click on it, you'll see that all these different types of sports fields or equipment is pictured, so it's very easy to go ahead and select your size. Again, these are all the sizes you can print on using the iDesign program. These are great at. I'm going to hit those later and show you what you can do. So I can go ahead and, by the way, you can actually print on luster sheets, which have a little bit of shimmer to it, as well as wafer paper, which is that potato-based paper that's been around forever. And then, of course, our premium icing sheets, which are the flexible icing sheets that people just love so much. So I'm going to click on that because that's the most popular. I could actually click on, let's see, a basketball court. Actually, that's not a basketball court. That's the basketball court. And I could actually print that out, and I could just write right on it, congratulations team. Or if it was a soccer team, I could actually pick that design as well. The football, another nice little basketball theme there. There's just about everything you can do, even volleyball, which often gets overlooked. Alright, so that's basically the sports theme. You just print it out, you'd slap it right on that cake, you'd write whatever you want on it. If you want to add some little plastic figurines, you can do that as well. Alright, so let's go and do something fun. If we go up here, we can choose colors. We can choose patterns by color, which is kind of fun. If you're sitting down with a bride, you can actually have her choose what color she wants, or if she wants to go with some flowers. Multicolor is always a fun one to work with. It has some unique patterns in it. Even things like this, which looks kind of okay, and if you click on it, it's kind of neat when you see it big. So just because you see a pattern and you're not quite sure about it, click on it and take a look. You see that these go on and on. These are kind of neat too. I like color, can you tell? Alright, so here we go. Alright, so let's say we're going to do some sort of picture for a Sweet 16 party. Let's go with this groovy theme. Now, what I'm going to do is, let's say I want to print this and I want to put it around a border of a cake, but, you know, lining things up and making them look good with that they don't have these ugly seams is kind of difficult, but iDesigns actually helps that. Let's say my cake is only 2.5 inches tall. I'm going to click on the 2.5 inches. I'm going to add some cut lines, some vertical cut lines, and what these cut lines do is they tell you where you can cut so that you don't end up having a ribbon around your cake that has these funky little jaggeds in it or goes from here to here. It's a straight even line. It tells you exactly where that 2.5 inches in is. Now what's really neat is that by doing that, this end now will match up with that end, and this end will match up with that end. Might be able to see it a little better. Let's see real quick. In this program, you can actually see where everything just matches up so nicely. They also will match up left to right as well. Alright, so moving right along, if I want to make a bow, I can hit horizontal, and look, this will match up with that. Going the same way, again, these give you shorter loops. As you change your height, you'll also change the amount of ribbons or bows that you can make. Now, something else that's unique is, let's say, I'm going to use, let me find a good pattern, these butterflies. And I can actually hit on the rotate 90 degrees, and it's going to change the way that pattern flows on that page. In addition, if I want to use our sweet accent system, or if I want to use a silhouette electronic cutter, I can extend these tiles, and it gives me a full sheet to use any way I want. Alright, so let's say we're doing this butterfly theme here. I'm going to click on the darker one right now so you can see it really well. And let's say somebody ordered this print for their Sweet 16 or a birthday party or graduation. It actually gives you the pattern number right here, which is really nice. You can also click on that heart, and it'll save it into your favorite patterns, which will show up right here under My Favorites. Now, let's say I'm going to go ahead and copy this right into iPrint, because I've printed a picture and I've printed a picture and I've used this pattern to go around a cake. I'm going to take off the extended tile, so there she has it. And we have this nice little ribbon going around, but you know, this customer actually ordered matching cupcakes. Alright, so I'm going to copy this on over to iPrint. And in we go. And see, there's another pattern already in here that I brought in before. I'm going to click on that pattern. I'm going to click the 2.5-inch circles, and then I'm going to hit apply to all. And boom, there we have it. The same pattern that we just put on our cake is going to now match this cake, or accent the cake with the on cupcakes. So I can, again, same as before, shrink down. Let's focus in on one butterfly. Click on the different ones, focus in on this butterfly. The same rules apply. And I actually love this program because of this. It just makes designing so easy, and you save so much time. But that's basically the way it works. It's easy to use. We're going to click on back over to iDesigns here. We can toggle right in between them. Oh, one feature I forgot to show you. Let's go ahead and select our icing sheet size. By the way, you can actually print on luster sheets as well. Those are like a shimmery icing sheet, but the luster doesn't fall off on your hands. But it gives a very beautiful effect. And the wafer paper right here, you can print on that as well as our other sizes. So I'm going to click on this, and I have no idea what I'm going to do for the next cake. The customer said, you know what, I trust you, just do whatever you want. I just need a cake for this occasion. Roll the dice, and random patterns come up over and over. And so we have all these different unique patterns, from flowers to some words to some checkers. We even have chevron, by the way. That's very hard to match up. We have some steampunk. Boom, there you got it. All these designs are just so unique. Even like a Paris thing. Roll them again, you're not sure, you'll get totally different patterns. Little mustaches, pink mustaches. There you got. We have everything, I'm telling you. I just want to show you real quick our chevrons, our two-tone stripes, checkers, and chevrons is a huge collection. The stripes are in so many different colors, same with the checkers and chevrons. These are some very hard to mimic, and the chevrons will be coming up in a minute. We just have a lot of patterns here. They all come. There's our chevrons, and our chevrons even come in different widths. So in a second, let's get all these colors out. You're going to see that the pattern actually gets a little wider There we go. There you have it. So you see down here, boom, boom, just different. Goes on and on and on and on. So many choices, so little time, so much decorating fun. So there you have it. Please come and visit our website. If you're not a customer already, I think you will really enjoy our products. You'll notice that Icing Images does stand out based on products that are not available anywhere else. If we don't like something we see on the market and we want to use it, we will improve on it. Sort of like our wafer paper that now is pre-colored as well as white. And it also is flavored. So you have a flavored icing sheet or a flavored wafer paper that actually tastes great. If you ever need some help after hours, right over here we have a whole printer support section. You must be a customer to use it. If you ever need ideas, we have decorators and their testimonials, videos and tutorials, and even the list of customer cakes. So please come by, check out our sales, and join us, and make sure please that you like us on Facebook and share your pictures. We really enjoy sharing our customers, seeing what our customers do and sharing ideas amongst one another. So we thank you so much. Happy printing!